So I think if they go back to it every time, they've got to show a real winning mentality here tonight.
And we're kicking off here at the Kingfield Stadium, Yeovil Town shooting from right to left as we look at it, so towards the terraces away to our left-hand side in the first half. So we'll obviously shoot towards the home end here in Woking in the second half.
You're dead right though, in that, Josh. It's definitely a 4-4-2 from Yeovil.
Yeah, definitely out of possession. That's what Billy Rowley said to me pre-match. Out of possession, it will be a bog-standard 4-4-2. Looking to simplify things is what he mentioned. Ball is on this near side to right for Woking. It's just shepherded out of play by Gabode, but the home team do have a throw-in. Will be taken by Aaron Drew. Thrown in. Nice 1-2 there with Drew. Puts it back infield to Gabode. Wants to go 1-2 again with Drew, won't do it. Gabode on the ball now nearest the corner flag. Away to our right on the near side. Gets round one. Can't get past two, but the ball is pinged back towards Forster Kasky. Ball high in the air. It's come down with snow on it. There's a touch from Jarvis, who's really fighting to get that ball. Wins Yeovil a free kick. There was kind of a 2-on-1 situation there. Jarvis goes down and wins his team a free kick just outside the centre circle.
Well, you say he's gone down. I actually think he's good centre-forward play.
Yeah.
You know, strong upper body strength, and drew the foul. And when you see a centre-forward, what I call be that figurehead, exactly what you want from Jarvis.
That is who he is. Header on by Sims towards Jarvis, edge of the penalty area here. Halfway inside the Woking half now. Sims, far right-hand side, passes forward but ricochets off of a Woking player, goes backwards to Ferguson. Over the top towards Jarvis, kind of a banana ball there. And right into central forward. Sims gets the ball on the overlap and drives forward down the right, ball into the area and away by Arcoli, so it's out for a corner. Yeovil's first set piece of the evening, and it's on the far side. Mick?
Yeah, you've got to say Sims for me did really, really well. He put the afterburners on for me. Once he got the ball, he said his first thought was, Josh, can I go forward? And he went forward with real sort of a real pace, put a good delivery in, and he's drawn a corner kick here.
So far side, right arm up towards the front post and away by the defence of Woking. Very strong foot forward towards Gabode, but he won't pick it up on the halfway line. Yeah, Sims doing a lot of work on that right hand side. Really shone well. He's absolutely skewed that as James Daly, or rather Ryan Jones, excuse me. So that right midfield position. Down goes a Woking player inside the Yeovil half, and it will be a free kick to the home team.
Yeah, and what's happened there though, Josh, that's come from a poor corner kick. Let's be totally honest. Yeovil have drawn the corner, got it, and the manager will be absolutely livid with that. When you worked at that all week, your delivery's got to go into the box. He's not even beat the first man. You've got to get it in there. Ask some questions early on in the game. Someone's gone down here though, Josh. I'm not sure. Woking man, isn't it?
Yeah, Roy Seiler. It's just on his backside, halfway inside his own half. So just receiving some treatment. Seems fairly innocuous. Kind of went down off the ball, but what I was saying to my point of Jones and Sims along the right hand side, that far side, they did a lot of that on Saturday against Boston. They were prolific in the first half of, as you say, Josh Sims getting the afterburners on, doing a little 1-2 with Jones and firing a ball into the area. So we hope to see that more this evening.
Well, let's hope so, but you did right. Out of possession exactly then. He's got forward, he's supported his team up on that right hand side, and exactly, I mean, he's going to have to put a shift in. If you're playing that 4-4-2, he's not a wing back, he's playing it as a traditional right back, if you like. So he's going to, if he does get forward and can use that energy and his fitness is going to play a part tonight. But as I say, it's I like it. I always like the 4-4-2. People say it's old school, this, that, and the other. But if it's implemented right, it's a good shape, and it bears a lot of fruit.
Seiler is back to his feet. Just in conversation with a Beautyman as well, just to see if he was carrying a bit of a knock. Walking fairly gingerly on his left leg, but he's hobbling off actually on this towards this.
He could struggle with that,
Yeah,
he's not walking particularly cleanly, is he? He's hobbling. Hopefully, maybe I'll run that off for Woking, but that'd be an interesting one. Just keep an eye on that one, Josh.
Yeah,
whether it's a bit of a calf or something, you don't know.
Yeah,
he's struggling.
Whether he's kind of been scraped down the back of his calf in a bit of a coming together with the Yeovil player. I'm not too sure.
He's gone. I think he's off.
Yeah, he doesn't look okay to continue, does he? He's really struggling on that left foot. The ball is back in play, though, off the free kick and headed away by Alex Whittle towards this near side, the right touch line, and it will be a Woking throw, almost near the corner flag, really. So I imagine we'll see a change in the offing for Woking. Silas just in conversation with one of the interim managers, Jake Hyde, of course, formerly of Yeovil Town.
He's pulled his calf, I think. More. I don't think it's a kick, I think it's a pull.
Okay. So we are just awaiting the throw-in to take place. It's a long throw-in from Drew towards the front post, headed across the face of goal. No one can turn it in from a Woking point of view, and Jarvis can get it away just off the edge of the penalty area.
Good to see that, though, from Jarvis. It's what I call industrial defending. You know, put your foot through it, no problem.
And this is Joe Gabode, who's run from right towards the kind of centrally, halfway inside the Yeovil half. Had to go around the referee there as well. Referee seemed fairly planted. There's a push there on Alex Whittle, or is that an offside, I think, from Gabode? So it will be a free kick to Yeovil Town. 6 minutes played here at the Kingfield Stadium, and it's Woking 0, Yeovil 0 on BBC Radio Somerset.
Yeah, and they've started quite brightly, let's be totally honest. You know, Billy Rowley will be pleased the way they've started the game, and you know, it's a competitive game. I'm just seeing the skipper of Yeovil just cajoling his team along, and that's what you want. Be demanding of yourself, be demanding of others in your group, and really push on. Jedward arcs a ball high into the dark sky here in Surrey. As we mentioned, it's mild. You know, I've not brought the coat. Ball over the top from one of that Jarvis will chase, but I think keeper Jaskalainen is there to come and claim with both hands and restart for the home team. Yeah, so he's been a steady keeper here, Jaskalainen, for Woking. Yeah, 9 clean sheets this season. His 26th appearance. Headed on by Daly towards Jarvis, and Ondasuna will win the free kick, although he's dove in with a diving header, has kind of pushed the ball away and has won the free kick because he went down. Don't think that was a push really, but referee can see that closer than I can. Full Stokaski gonna pass this from the free kick inside the centre circle, out wide on the left now with Woking. Ondasuna back to Jaskalainen, just outside of his own penalty area. Left hand side, flicks the ball forward with his left foot, assesses his options, scans and fires a diagonal ball out to Gabode. Good chested touch there as well from the number 26 for Woking. Ricocheted off of McGavin, so Drew has it for Woking. That's a throw-in for the home team. James Daly seemed fairly confident that he'd won the ball there, but he hasn't. Just seeing what's happened here already, Josh. You can just see both sides are just sort of like working out where's the strengths, where's the weaknesses, whatever you're going to be. And Yeovil just got to, there's going to be a substitution here, dead right. I think he's definitely done a calf there to Woking, man. Yeah, unfortunately, Roy Siler's race has been run in the opening 8 minutes of this game. It's, as I say, really unfortunate for him. Tim Akinola is going to be the man to come on in his position. He was one of the changes, actually, that the 3 interim managers had made from the win against Brackley. But Akinola will get his next appearance maybe sooner than he thought. Free kick to Woking, far side left. Sims was just a little bit rash in that challenge there. Just sometimes when you make up ground as a defender, don't dive in if you're not going to win the ball. He dived in there and give an easy free kick away. And what it does, it just gives the opposition just a little bit of a chance, to load the box. You don't give silly free kicks away. Not necessary. Oh, absolutely. Late on the challenge there was Josh Sims. Well, he defended well, but just dived in. You don't dive in. Just don't let him turn. Don't dive in. And as you say, Mick, players are about to load the box. They're all kind of lined up at 18, 20 yards out. Well, they're a big side, aren't they? Got 1 or 2 big individuals, Woking. Yeah, they really do. And Okoli, the captain, is one of them. They all run towards the edge of the box, harked eye into the edge of the area, and Gabode will take a shot. It's a penalty. Penalty for Woking. Handball from, I think, McGavin had put his arms up in an unnatural position.
off the shot from.
He's put it outside the box. It's outside the box.
Is it a free kick?
Just outside the box, Josh. They're having a right moan up Woking, but the referees deemed it right on the line.
Seemingly
incredible.
The Woking fans and players had thought they'd won themselves a penalty, but as Mick rightly said there, Brent McGammon had put his hands up outside the box. Free kick.
Let's just now, they've got to defend this now. 1, 2, 6 in the wall plus a charger here. And they've had a little bit of fortune there, no doubt about that, but they've got to see this out as well now.
The wall
Josh.
is 8 yards from goal. There is a draft excluder.
Was it Peterman over the ball? It looks like it.
Yeah. It's Forster Kasky over this one.
Forster Kasky, yeah.
Left foot. They are what? 19 yards from goal, really central as well. I mean, it's almost a penalty.
Really, with a lot of people in front.
Yeah. Forster Kasky takes the shot. Good save. Jed Ward straight down low to his right-hand side. That man just keeps getting better and better. Great save from Jed Ward.
Well, that's better. I'm pleased you said great save, because it was a good save, you said.
Yeah.
It was a great save for me. You know, it was a really... And you know why? He's seen that ball late. And what he's done, he's actually parried it out of danger as well.
Yeah.
Top goalkeeper from the Yeovil number 1.
As you say, he's pushed that out towards for a throw-in.
Brilliant. You're not going to score from that rebound.
Not at all.
Did very well.
9 clean sheets as well for Jed Ward, but Yeovil fans listening to this will just know how instrumental and important he has been in this season. On loan from Bristol Rovers, as James Daly chases because it come in from that long throw, but Woking hadn't really amounted it to anything, the chance, and Ferguson will head back to Jed Ward, who controls it with the outside of his right foot. So he's got footwork as well. Yeah,
I say every time now, Josh. I say at every level, whether you're playing Sunday morning, professional, Premier League, you've got to have a good goalkeeper. And if you've got a good goalkeeper, you've got a chance to be successful. And Jed Ward is definitely a decent keeper, no doubt about that.
He absolutely is.
He's learning his trade, this young lad in goal, but he's been instrumental, as you say, in Yeovil sort of form. Really, he's really has got a chance, this kid.
I know we've waxed lyrical in recent weeks about Jed Ward, but the fact that he's only 22
that's correct.
Is incredible. And he keeps this game at 0-0. 12 minutes played, Woking 0, Yeovil 0. And Coley on the ball down the right channel, won't get to anyone in a red and white shirt, so goal kick for Yeovil.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. We go back a little while ago, that free kick, but I'm going to give the official on this right hand side. He must have been right in line with that.
Surely.
And I think that's where the referee looked over to that official and said, "Is it in the box?" And he said no. So fair play to the official.
Absolutely. Yeah, kind of that free kick as well, arced around the wall. And as you say, Jed Ward saw it late, so did really well to save. Header on from Wannell, and Jarvis is onside here. He's running down that inside left channel, just at the edge of the area. On this near left-hand side, is battling with Odesuna. Yeovil still in possession, headed in by Jones towards the edge of the area. Jarvis again in possession, pokes it out wide on this near side, but Jones unable to get to it. Throw in Woking. Yeah, good play though from Jarvis. It's bright play, intelligent play. He got on the shoulder of the last defender of Woking and had a run on him. That was a good thing, all right. He didn't get anything from it that time, but he's got to keep believing. I'm going to get on the shoulder of the last defender. If I do that, I might get a bit of joy. Yeah, and we'll want to continue the confidence he's gained from scoring on Saturday against Boston United. The only goal that Yeovil scored in that game. Great goal as well. 25 yards out, low shot. Kind of flummoxed the keeper, who arguably could have done better, but it was a good goal from Jarvis nonetheless.
I like that word, flummox. That's a really good word. I might have to use that tomorrow.
Yeah, you can use that. That's fine.
Yeah, thank you for that one. I haven't used that for a long time, but I will tomorrow.
Okay. 14 minutes played. That's the voice of Mick Payne, the England C goalkeeping coach, on BBC Radio Somerset for Woking against Yeovil in the National League. Score is 0-0. Ball is on the edge of the area with Jaskalainen.
Yeah, I like the work rate from the front too. They're sort of pressing from the front, defending from the front. That's exactly what you want.
Ball fired out wide on this near side towards Gabode, who stays on side. He's got Alex Whittle to deal with, though, as Whittle stands him up. He wants to get the ball in the area. It comes off, and Whittle goes out for a corner on this near side. I think Woking's first corner of the evening.
Yeah, and again, these are questions that are asked. As I said, they've got one or two big individuals. They're good players as well, Woking, but they've got some big individuals. As I said, when you give set pieces away, you've just got to make sure when the ball does come in that you're first, you do your job, your first header, first challenge, whatever. You've just got to be first here. This is Yeovil got to do that, this back line.
So the corner's going to be whipped in, I believe, from Aaron Drew. On this, I can barely see the corner actually on this near side. Ball floated towards the back post, away by Wunnell off the head of the Yeovil captain, and further away by Ryan Jones, who really just puts his right boot through it as the plane goes overhead.
Yeah, again, that's great play though from the skipper. I said earlier on, just make sure you get your name on that header, and Wunnell did that as a skipper. Lead by example.
Yeah, we're lucky that with that plane going overhead, the header didn't fly into the goal.
Well, exactly what you want, though. Height, distance and width, and that's what you got. That's the three things that you coach players. If you're going to get a header, get the height, get the distance, get the width, and he did that in abundance.
Woking having most of the possession in these opening 15 minutes, which is probably what Yeovil expected. You can't go away from home against a solid side like Woking, who are in a good run of form, and that's a foul on, is that Caleb Richards over the far side? I think just nicked the heels of Richards, and Aaron Jarvis is kind of eye-rollingly complaining, I suppose.
Is it Wunnell just going up there to have a word? Is he the skipper?
Yeah, he is.
I'm not sure he's going to go in the book here. Is he going in the book?
Yeah, it seemed like he went to the back of him just a little bit, and Captain Jake Wunnell's just in conversation with the referee here, who is Richie Watkins. And Caleb Richards just still sat down, as I say, wanting treatment on the far side. It's one of those ones where it could have hit his Achilles.
I'm just checking if he's got a card.
Yeah, yellow card for Aaron Jarvis.
Yeah, again, go back to my point earlier there, Josh. They are defending well from the front, and I like it. I like to see forwards doing the work without the ball, and those two have worked quite hard so far in this opening 15 minutes or so. And was he late a little bit? But what he's given? He's just given that back line of Woking a little reminder.
Yeah.
A little reminder. Right, he's got in the book, but he's given a little reminder. If you want to dally on the ball, I'm going to try and nick it off you. So he's getting a bit of stick over. Is that from the Yeovil?
Yeah, Yeovil fans right behind Caleb Richards over on the far side. And as you say, giving Caleb Richards a little bit of stick for getting up.
Well, I think they might have seen that better than we did it from where they are, whether he was sort of feigning a little bit and he's sort of conned the referee a little bit. I'm not too sure. I'm going to give him benefit of doubt.
Yeah, we might have our green and white shaded glasses on. Not sure.
Yeah.
Must note as well, that's Aaron Jarvis's 9th yellow card of the season. So teetering on the edge of a 3-game suspension. I suppose he's already had a 3-game suspension with the red card that he had against Rochdale a couple of weeks ago. Ball is back in play, floated in towards the front post, and Beautyman was there. It falls to Sanderson. Low shot that ends up just in the breadbasket of Jed Ward down low. Was able to pick it up. I don't know if it took a slight deflection on the way in, maybe off of Wunnell, but you think if Sanderson looks up and has sight of goal anywhere between kind of 20 to 20 yards out, he's going to score, but it didn't really get the power on it that he wanted to. No,
he didn't get the power, but I've got to say it was the cross came in too easy for me, Josh. You've got to stop the source. Get tight. If they're going to bounce across it, get as close as you can and make them, hit you, defend it.
Jake Wunnell manages to just push the ball into space and then fake shots and gets away from Gabode. So back now with Ward and Wunnell. All over the top for Jarvis and Daly to chase. Can Jarvis get the right side of Odasuna? He can't. Jaskalainen realises the danger and scurries outside of his penalty area to boot it forward. Beautyman on the ball now. Mick, you were telling me that Beautyman is a former player of the England C team.
Beautyman, yes, he was. Said he had 2 caps. One, I just said to you earlier, played at Halifax one game. Second one, away to Bermuda. I mean, that wasn't a bad trip, to be fair. 6 days away, 1 game in Bermuda. So, and Harry Beautyman was, in that team. But that's something to remember.
Seemingly an episode of a sitcom, surely. But the title is From Halifax to Bermuda.
Yes, exactly.
Story of Harry Beautyman.
Yeah. But the story of this first 20 minutes, as I said, in terms of where they are, I think Billy Rowley will be more than pleased how they've sort of not grown into the game, but they've consolidated the game quite nicely at the moment.
Yeah, I think 0-0 is a fair scoreline. 19 minutes played, ball over the kind of a prodded head forward by Jarvis for Daly to run onto, but didn't manage it. Not enough pace on Daly, too much pace on the ball. Well, Cousin Dawson slips just in the centre of midfield, but manages to, as I say, get the ball forward for Yeovil Town. Controlled off the chest of Forster Katsky and does well to control. Actually, they're booing Odesuna, so it's seemingly Odesuna that was down and not Richards. But the Yeovil fans will remember Timmy Odesuna's name. Ball over the top for Ward to chase down on this. The far side, the left, gets around Sims as well. Sims has been absolutely left for dead. Sets it. Harry Beautyman, edge of the area, over the bar. That really should be 1-0 Woking. It was a great move down the right-hand side for Ward. Seemingly just kind of step over and push to the other side, did Ward, to get past Josh Sims. He was chasing shadows there. Ball towards the edge of the penalty area, and unfortunately, Harry Beautyman blazes over the bar. 0-0.
Well, it was, but I've got to say, the boy Sims have already waxed lyrical about him going forward, but there, he actually tried to go forward in that situation and got caught out. That's what happened. He got caught out, so the ball over the top, he was already in a position where he couldn't recover, and then in the end, as I said, it was a glorious opportunity for Woking. So just got to be a little bit careful, Sims, that yes, I'm going to go and join in, but if we're going to play 4-4-2, I've got to make sure my first priority is to defend.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Sims and, to be fair, Ryan Jones, both great players in an attacking sense, and don't get me wrong, Sims does a good job at right wing back, but as you say, maybe defensiveness isn't his top priority. Whittle, though, on this near left hand side, edges towards the corner of the penalty box, back to, or rather across and wide to Jones. McGavin's in a battle though with Gabode, and he'll eventually put a ball back, does McGavin, into his own penalty area. Jed Ward will pass out to Ferguson, who gets the ball from his feet and wide to Daly, and Jarvis can't get the kind of that final ball touch on it. Curved run around this right hand side now again with Gabode, and he gets past Wonnell as well, flicked towards the 6-yard area and away by Yeovil Town, this time by Jones, but Gabode now again. Ball in by Drew towards the edge of the penalty area, unable to win it. So ball out wide on the left hand side. Richards wants to put the ball into the area, can't do so. It's off of I think Daly, so it will be rather Greenslade on the far side, so it will be a corner to Woking, this time on the far side.
And what's happened here, you just see Woking just got a little bit of more energy, if you like. They've just started to move the ball a bit quicker. The midfield are slightly dominating Yeovil at the moment. I said Cousin Dawson's not really got in the game for me. Even Brett McGavin haven't really in that midfield, central midfield, haven't really done the job yet. They've got to get a bit tighter on these Woking men, especially Peterman.
Left arm on the far side is aloft, so the ball is put in by Woking towards the front post and away by Jarvis off of his head. Ward, recycled ball, but towards the back post, away by Wonnell this time. Trapped down by Odesuna, and he was in a battle with Whittle, who continually just pushes him back. He's twisting and turning to try and get away. Is Okoli there, and Osuna passes to Forster Katsky, just outside the centre circle, inside the Yeovil half. 21 players inside the Yeovil half at the moment.
Yeah, so Forster, Katsky, Peterman, they're sort of like the nucleus of getting things going for Woking. Yeah. So they've got to get tighter on those two. You can see it, can sense it.
Ward as well, cuts inside from the left, still going is Ward, takes a shot, and again that's high and over the bar. He just leant over that a little bit, maybe would have got it on target, but it was leaning back and it went over the bar. No dice for Woking so far. 24 minutes played 0-0.
Well, you've been kind there over the bar. It's like a conversion. Let's be honest. That was a conversion. That's gone so high.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily they've got a great big stand to our right hand side here. It's gone in the top tier of that stand.
That's in Rose Ed, isn't it?
Exactly. But they've just upped the ante here, Woking a little bit. So we've just got to be very cute. Just got to make sure they stay with it. I think they might have drawn a free kick there.
Yes.
Which is good.
As we say, classic centre forward play from Aaron Jarvis, running the line on that far side, the right, feels the contact. When he gets the ball, goes down and wins Yeovil Town yardage with a free kick halfway inside the Woking half.
Well, you say it's yardage. What it is, it's an opportunity, isn't it? As well, again, if you've got good delivery, good movement, these are the situations on the training field. Week in, week out, these are the situations. Get good delivery, get good movement. Players can rehearse this on regular occasions.
McGavin, both arms up towards the back post, floated towards the head of Aaron Jarvis, but it's away by Woking, and Jarvis will ask for Jones to chase, and it comes off of Jones, so it will be a throw-in on this near side. Jarvis was like, Jonesy, run for it, and to be fair, Jonesy did, so just couldn't keep it in play. Throw in as Aaron Drew will wipe the dew off of the ball. I imagine just from the sprinklers, because there's no cloud in the sky. There's been no rain for the whole day. It was a gorgeous drive across the A303 and the M3.
What's happened here, though, Josh? You can just see it. The two wide men of Woking really holding there. I say keeping as wide as they can, because Yeovil are playing a 4. The pitch has been made so big, so there's gaps between that back 4. So they've got to really sort of short it up a little bit. You can just see they're being dragged. Yeovil at the minute, to really stretch that back line, they're being dragged by Woking. Yeah,
by the likes of Sanderson and Gabode out on this near side, the right.
Correct.
Yeah,
you can just see it. You can see the gaps. Trying to exploit that Woking, so they've got to just short it up a little bit here.
Gabode loses possession, and Jones wins out to Jarvis and Daly. Now Cousin Dawson. 26 minutes gone here at the Kingfield Stadium. Woking 0, Yeovil 0. Gavin turns around, plays a great ball out on the far side now with Sims, who's going to put a ball into the area, and it's across the face of goal, and no Yeovil player is there to turn it in. Jarvis is complaining to Sims that he wants it at the front post. He didn't get it, and it goes out for a throw into Woking on this near side. What a chance.
Well, what a chance, but what a good bit of play, good passage of play. I just mentioned about, in terms of McGavin not really influencing the game, but that was a delicious ball, wasn't it?
What a ball out wide.
And again, we go back to it, the boy Sims out on that right, motored, he took it in his stride, didn't he? I think it's a decent ball. He's hit for the far post. You always say hit for the far post, don't hit for the near, but on another occasion that could have just nestled in the back of the net, Josh.
Yeah, Jarvis was seemingly calling for it at the front post, and as I say, flashed across the face of goal. Whittle goes down off of a push, but the referee was unmoved, so it's a back in the open possession though with Jake Wannell.
They've got to take heart in that, though. They've got to take, positivity. That was a good move. That's what we can do. As I said, he's done it. He hasn't done it from the first 5 minutes where Sims was really good at that, but that was the first time he's really, asked some questions of that Woking back line.
Ferguson plays a dangerous pass back towards goal. And
in the book as well.
Oh, okay. Is that Akinola that's gone in the book? Substitute, I believe, after the push on, I think, Finn Cousin Dawson. So it's a free kick to Yeovil Town on, just inside the Woking half here.
Cousin Dawson was away there, Josh, let's be honest. He was in his stride, wasn't he?
And
the Woking man's took him down.
Yeah, so... Or is it Odasuna that's gone into the buff? I couldn't quite see.
Very difficult, the numbers, aren't they, on these, especially on the Yeovil shirts from here. I know it's people always say that, don't they? With the stripes and the colours.
Yeah, they need the blocks on the back of the shirt.
Yeah, they do. In my opinion,
firm believer in white blocks, black numbers.
So it would help.
Yeah.
It would help.
28 and a half gone. Woking 0, Yeovil 0. Down the right hand side, battle now. Bootyman and Greenslade, but Bootyman wins out, just kind of deflects off of him, and it's a good turn and sprint, and that's a great challenge there from Daly, and the Woking players are apoplectic that they've not got the free kick. It's a agricultural challenge from Daly, but fair, won the ball.
Well, there's the one. You just said it, won the ball. Exactly that, Josh. He won the ball. Sometimes it deems something, but he won the ball. Right? He slid in, but he's got good concept on the football.
That's good. Good refereeing as well from.
Well, he was right on the case, wasn't he? Right by the action, and that's what you want to see. And it's good to see the referee make what I call a sensible decision. Yeah. It was the right decision,
allowing play to go on rather than being liking the sound of his own whistle.
Yeah, well, as I said, it's part of the game now that seems to have disappeared. You know, people making what I call not a slide tackle, but a fair, strong tackle. Yes, he's off he's slid in, but he's won the ball very, very cleanly.
So, Coley will pass to his goalkeeper Jaskalainen. Jaskalainen fires a ball out towards actually Jake Wonnell's head, so he'll head it forward, but Woking still in possession, this time with Gabode, and now Drew going towards, it's a good shot, it's a great goal from Woking, they're 1-0 up. Who is it that's got it? He's wheeling away in celebration because it was just a run down the right hand side from Drew, and it was an easy cut back towards the edge of the area, and it's a low shot that spiralled into the bottom right hand corner, and on 30 minutes Woking 1, Yeovil 0.
Yeah, and again I think Billy Rowley's just getting his team over here. He's getting the Yeovil boys over to have a little bit of a chat here, because let's be totally honest, you're dead right, Josh. I've got to say, Wonnell went right up to the referee afterwards, because I thought Wonnell was fouled. I thought as the ball was in the air, Wonnell got sort of taken, I wouldn't say taken out, but it was a challenge that could have been deemed as a foul. I don't know if you noticed it, but it was. And Wonnell, as soon as that goal went in, he went straight up to the referee and said, look, the referee perhaps doesn't give it, but it's a bit of pill really, because they've grown into the game, this Yeovil, in terms of where they were. They haven't really given up many chances, and to go back to your point, it was a bit too easy how the ball went in the box. It was too easy. We said it two or three times where the ball's got in the box too easily.
Beautyman credited with the goal. As I say, flashed towards Beautyman on the edge of the area, and the low shot was through bodies, but no one able to get a leg out and stop it from going in. Interesting to see, as you say, Yeovil players coming over. Soon as that goal is scored, all 11 players go over to the manager Billy Rowley and seemingly get some information onto the team, which I don't think I've ever seen really. No,
especially after a goal scored. It's you might have it when there's an injury, but he wanted something to be said. There's a chance.
A bit of a change in, I don't know if that's a change in shape or whether it's like, I don't know if James Daly's playing as a 10 with Jones and Jarvis up top. No, it doesn't look like it actually. No, they've gone back into a 4-4-2. But no, 31, almost 32 minutes played here at the Kingfield Stadium. It's Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Goal from Harry Beautyman on half an hour.
Yeah, something I know that don't want to hear it, but that's what Harry Beautyman does. He arrives late in the box, and as I say, Johnny on the spot and put it away very well. Didn't have to get too much purchase on it. Just made sure he hit the target, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. His 6th goal of the season. Harry Beautyman flicked it over the top of his head, did one of the Woking players, but couldn't get the ball on the return. Forced Stokowski, ball over the top towards Sanderson, takes it down on the edge of the area, stays on side to Sanderson as well, cuts it back, low shot, and it's just wide again. Beautyman looking to double the lead and double his scoring tally this evening, just wide of Jed Ward's right post, and Woking are coming forward in numbers.
Well, they're coming through in numbers, and again I'm just looking at the skipper, Wonnell just having a berating this linesman on this right hand side, just saying he's off. But I'll go back to my point earlier, because they're playing so wide, these Woking players, the gaps down the side of Yeovil is easy. They've got to be a little bit, they've got to really drag themselves in a little bit and make it tighter for them not to play through those gaps. The gaps are too big at the minute for me.
Goal kick to Yeovil Town. It really could be 2-0. Really,
it should have been
2-0. Beautyman again arriving late. That ball across the goal is like Beautyman's bread and butter really, and advantage has been played here for Woking. There was seemingly a trip from Jarvis, but for Stokowski now with the goal scorer Beautyman.
Well, the key to this now though, Josh, as I said, not to concede a second. They've got to just sort of shake themselves down a little bit and just say, look, okay, stay strong for 10 minutes here, don't concede a second.
Greenslade's
he's gone down.
Oh no, he's given it the other way. Okay, Greenslade went in on seemingly a foul on the Woking player on the. I think again that's Beautyman, who's just seemingly everywhere for Woking. But maybe the referee's given it a free kick to Yeovil for simulation from Beautyman.
Yeah. But it's just, I go back to my point, with 34 on the clock, more or less 10 minutes before the end of the first half, just consolidate, don't give anything else away, because it will be tough. Yes, if they can fashion one chance, great, I get that, but the key to this now is to consolidate and not give a second goal away.
Forster-Caskey with the ball over the top that Sanderson and Ferguson were in chase with, and Sanderson was ran forward. Yeovil have got a free kick because Ferguson went down holding his ankle, and maybe had a few choice words for Sanderson straight after the foul had been given. Yeovil free kick taken by Ferguson. That's all it is. 34 minutes played. Woking 1, Yeovil 0, and Yeovil have a chance to come forward now with Daly, edge of the area. Cuts in from that right hand side, can't get past two bodies that just thwarted the attack from James Daly, and forward goes Gabode now in battle with two Yeovil players, McGavin and Whittle, and it'll go out for a throw in on this near side.
Yeah, Daly, just unfortunately for me, not criticism but wrong choice there. Sims was again motoring down on the outside of him, just rolls into his path. He then can deliver it in, because it was a bit tight, wasn't it, for Daly? It was tight. He was having to really sort of manipulate that ball very, very in tight areas, play Sims in, and there might have been a different outcome.
The referee is having a chat with Billy Rowley, and maybe a first warning for the Yeovil manager.
Well, he may be not happy about certain decisions. I think, as I said on the goal, I think there was a foul on the Yeovil skipper. You know, it'd be interesting to see that on the replay when we get the chance of the video.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball over the top along the right side, and Woking are into the box again. Cut back. Beautyman again trying to double his lead, and this time Jones will let the ball run through his legs. It's out now with Gabode on this near side. Fires the ball across the face of goal, and again away by Yeovil Town. That is Woking's game plan to a T. Ball in by Gabode, it's off of Whittle, and we'll go out for a corner on this near side.
Well, you say to a T, what they've done, they're playing their two wide men as wide as they can. They get it out wide, and then bodies arrive late in the box. They then zip it across with pace into the box, at what I call across the 6-yard line, and cause all sorts of problems.
Corner's gone short. Drew wants to put the ball into the area, doesn't. 25 yards out centrally now. Out wide again. Ball into the area towards the back post. Oh, and Akinola can't wrap his foot round it. Yeovil get the ball away, and it's back with Yaskalainen halfway inside their own half.
You say getting the ball away, but what they've got to do is start trying to keep the football a little bit, Josh, because, as I say, since the goal, it's been all Woking, let's be honest. It's been all Woking, really. Yeah,
Yeovil are so deep inside their own half. Ball drops to Gabode, calls of handball. Yeovil get it, so free kick off of the right arm of Gabode.
Yeah, just got to make sure, as I said, just stay positive, just make sure, okay, we're not going to concede another one, and we're going to, just regroup, go again, and we know we can, Yeovil can create opportunities. We've seen that already with Sims on that right-hand side.
Beautyman. Wide on the far left-hand side. 37 and a half gone. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Chipped through towards Richards, and Sims is holding off Richards. Wins the ball. Oh no, I thought he'd won the ball. He doesn't. Beautyman to Richards. Richards gets the ball that's ricocheted off of Greenslade, so another Woking set piece, this time another corner over the far side. Yeah,
just slightly knocking on the door here again, aren't they, Woking? As I keep saying, they've definitely upped the ante since they've scored, and they, I wouldn't say smell blood, but they can see that they this is where Yeovil just got to stay strong. I can't go back to my word, mentally strong, stay mentally strong, winning mentality.
So a corner on the far side again for the home team. Left arm up towards the back post and away just about by 1-0 towards the edge of the area, controlled, and Ward wants to take a shot, does with his left foot, calls of handball from the Woking players, and they can't believe that it's not been given. It hasn't, and the ball is back with Yaskalainen. High ball arcs towards that edge of the penalty area, and away again by Yeovil Town.
No, you say what's happened here with Woking? They've got a stranglehold, haven't they? Can you notice that? There's like a stranglehold on this sort of situation at the moment. They're coming in wave after wave after wave at the minute, and here they go again.
Here they go again. Ball left side floated again into the area, and that's Yeovil having such a hard time just keeping the ball out, and out of possession as well. Beautyman, right hand side, fired across the face of goal towards Sanderson. It falls to Jones again, who just boots it long.
It's being played in one half, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's being played in one half.
Not keeping possession of the football.
Not at all.
They're just booting it forward.
And there's no one to boot it forward to.
Exactly, yeah.
Or pass it to.
Jones, wide on this near left-hand side, gets the free kick as well, on a challenge from Joe Gabode.
Needed that though, needed just a little respite to just sort of settle down. This is where I say the manager, the players, the senior players, the captain, just sort of settle the team down and just say, look, we can go again. Let's just start. What they've got to do, you did right, can't just clear it. All right, sometimes you've got to clear your lines, but when you've got time, just get it down and try to play through the lines a little bit. All right, they've got this free kick here, Josh, but it's very, very important now just to stay. We've got 5 to go before the break. Don't give anything away.
Free kick's going to be taken by McGavin, just inside the Yeovil half, left of centre, maybe 20 yards down from us in the commentary box. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Gavin's with his arms outstretched, kind of questioning the referee. His arms are now aloft. He'll put a ball towards the edge of the penalty area, far side, headed down by, or kind of off the back of the head of one, a little dribble out actually they've kept it in of Woking, towards the far side corner flag away to our left. Sims, Greenslade back to Ward, outside of his penalty area. Wunnell strolls forward. Cousin Dawson wins the ball back and almost loses possession there. Fires it straight to Sanderson. It kind of, just deflects off the outside of his boot. And Wunnell can't play a ball. Can he? Can he play Daly in? No, or rather Greenslade in. No, he can't. Jaskalainen comes outside of his penalty area and clears for Woking. Gabode, near side, runs forward, but a foul on Ryan Jones, so another Yeovil free kick.
Well, what happened there, Josh, that was the first time in a while that Yeovil got the ball down. It wasn't the greatest ball from Wunnell, but at least it was a passage of play where they kept the football, moved it quite reasonably quickly, and just ask a few questions of Woking and try to shift Woking's players. Don't let them be set. Try to shift them around in terms of making them defend from where they don't want to defend from.
Just over 3 minutes to go of normal time at the end of the first half. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Goal from Harry Beautyman on half an hour is the difference so far. Woking have definitely had a couple of chances though to go 2 or 3
they're good
up.
value, let's be totally honest. We don't want to say it, but they're good value for 1-0, let's be honest. In terms of chances that Yeovil were created have been half chances, couple of balls have flashed across the box, but you wouldn't say there's been any clear-cut chance.
No, not at all. Thrown in by Drew on this near side, headed down by Whittle, ricocheted off the feet of Daly. Wunnell, Ferguson, chips the ball over to Josh Sims. Nice wherewithal there from Ferguson to realise his position and just calm things down with a chip over to Sims. Ball is on this near side now with Whittle. Fires the ball literally across the face of the commentary box here. Jarvis, near left-hand side. Jones, can he put the ball in? No, he's just walking football at the moment. Jones towards the goal line though. Ball towards the back post. No Yeovil player is there, and it goes out for a throw-in on the far side.
I don't mind that from Jones. He recognised there was a one-on-one opportunity there. It was a bit static in the box from Yeovil, not a lot of movement, but he faced up the sort of the right sort of wing back, if you like, faced him up and gone, well, okay, I'll have a go going into the box. He drove in there. He's hit it across goals and didn't really trouble Jaskalainen, but that's a little slightly better though, Josh, slightly better.
It's actually gone out of play on the far side, so stretched just beyond the goal line and then went out for on the far side, so it has been given as a goal kick for Woking. They are winning a goal to nil by a goal to nil here at the Kingfield Stadium. Got about 90 seconds to go of the first half, depending on how much added time we get, obviously. Sanderson manages to keep the ball as well from 2 Yeovil players, kind of scurries on all fours really, and manages to keep going, but and that's a slip from James Daly, who can't keep hold of the ball. He tries to win it back. He was at full tilt there, James Daly, and just had the ball run behind him. He kind of slipped over it as well.
Yeah, it's a
That's
shame,
unlucky.
Well, it was. Even you say unlucky, he was motoring, as I say. He just when you're running with the ball, you need to get that ball out of your feet. If you're running with it, you want less touches possible to cover ground. You don't need a load of touches. If you've got 30 yards to cover, you might only need 2 touches if you've got space.
Yeah, he's also he's got his shin pad in his left hand as well, because that seemingly came off when he was sliding across the surface here in northwest Surrey. Eventually puts his shin pad back in on his left shin. So got about just under 30 seconds to go of normal time here. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. All eyes on the fourth official to see how long we've got of added time.
I think there might be 4 here. I do believe that, because there was an injury, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And, it could be definitely 3 or 4.
Yeah, there will be a decent amount. It'd be great for Yeovil to get back into this game. Right before half time. The board is up 5.
Well, there you are.
There we go. See,
I thought it was a fair bit, and it is a fair bit. 5 to go.
Yeah, with the goal and the substitutes and the injuries we've had in this opening, what will be 50 minutes. Ball over the top towards Jarvis, running that line. Poked over by Greenslade for Jarvis to chase against Odesuna, and he does really well to stop the ball and turn Jarvis. Greenslade in battle there with Richards. Cut infield is Ward, and now with Drew. Ball forward down the right to Akinola, and there's a bit of a miscommunication there, or Drew just kind of shanks that out wide on this near side. Throw in for Yeovil.
I'm just looking at the front two of Yeovil. I feel for them a little bit, because they've been feeding on real I wouldn't say scraps, but they've not been feeding on a great deal, have they? They've really had a lot of joy in terms of the opportunities they've had. So I think there's something Billy Rowley's definitely got to address at half time.
Yeah, whether a change in shape is needed, we will see come the second half. Poked over by Daly towards Jarvis, but it's asking a lot of him there to put the ball over himself and Akoli. He won't do so, because Akoli is an absolute unit.
You described that really well.
He's so big.
He looks like a block of flats, doesn't he? To be totally honest with you, he's in front of us. I mean, he's a huge individual, but he's a player as well.
He really is. Chinwike Akoli, usually the captain, but Beautyman has taken that honour in this game. Headed over by Sanderson towards the gloves of Jed Ward. No, Akoli, 33rd appearance this evening. 2 goals to his name. Just drift the game now, is it? Just drifted for the last sort of 2 or 3 minutes here. Yeah. And I think that's down to Yeovil, just to say, just trying to kill the game to get into half time for me. That's what I would do. Yeah, they really want half time to come, but Woking won't allow it, and neither will the time. 47 gone, and Woking come forward. Trying to kind of outside of the boot, like over the top pass towards the edge of the area. Drew. And that right back position for Woking. Played 2.5 minutes of the additional 5. Odesuna edges forward in that left centre back position for Woking. Receives the ball again off the 1-2. Forster Kasky. You just mentioned Forster Kasky. I was just looking at that. He's the pivot. Yeah. He's the one that any ball that's cleared by Yeovil, he picks up. He's the one who starts the move. They've got to be a little bit tighter on him, not give him this freedom, because he's got a lot of freedom at the minute, Forster Kasky. So he's picked it up again. Yeah. Woking will look to start that move once again. Ball over the top towards Beautyman. Heads it across goal towards Sanderson, and there is a stoppage in play. The referee's blown his whistle and gone over to, I think that's Jake Wunnell that's gone down. He's on his back at the moment. Whittle's standing over him. It seems okay, unfortunately. Yeah, there was a coming together with seemingly a head injury that Jake Wunnell had gone down for. Don't know if he's got any kind of blood on his nose, or that may be the case, something, but we'll have to come off on this near side. Well, it's important he's come off, but it's important now someone just drops in there for this last, well, as I said, minute or so. Yeah, we've got, as I say, about a minute to go here of the additional 5.
Jeff Walls just kicked that and launched that right the way down the park, right in the touch, just to try to kill a bit of time.
Allow Jake Ronald to come back onto the pitch, potentially. Obviously got to wait the 45 seconds for him to come back on, as Woking attack down the far left-hand side. Ward pokes it forward. Won't get the better of Sims, though, who wins the throw-in for Yeovil Town. Yeah, no real clear-cut chances for Yeovil in this half, and unfortunately Woking have had the better of them, and therefore the better half. Well,
they've had the better half, and they've created the better chances. And as we said on commentary, perhaps they should be 2 up. Really,
yeah.
We had Sims down on the right hand side. That's where the joys come from Yeovil point of view, and he's gone down on a couple of occasions to really cause problems. But generally, it's got to be Woking who are, say they're bossing the game. They're in charge of the game.
1-0 is now back in play. We have played the additional 5 minutes here, and the referee will blow the whistle for half-time, which I do think the Yeovil will want. They are a goal down in this game. A goal from Harry Beautyman on half an hour separates the two sides, and as we were just saying there, Mick, it's really been all Woking.
Well, it has. I mean, I thought for the first 15 minutes or so it was at even Stevens in terms of both sides just finding out about each other. And said, Sims got down that right-hand side on a couple of occasions. But other than that first 15 minutes, it's all been all Woking. As a dead right, I mean, perhaps they should be 2-0 in front. So from the Yeovil's point of view, they're pleased it's only 1-0. It's a chance now to the manager and the coach is to get with their players. And now, it's a 45-minute game now. The second half's going to be 45 minutes where they've got to take the game to Woking.
There's half-time analysis to come, and of course full second half commentary as well here on BBC Radio Somerset. But we'll send you back to Richard Hoskin and the team where half-time here at the Kingfield Stadium. It's currently Woking 1, Yeovil 0.
Portishead Town 1 is another latest score in the Southern League. Let's look at other scores in League 2 this evening. A full programme of fixtures. 0-0 unless I say otherwise. So it's Accrington 0, Notts County 2, Chesterfield 0, Oldham 2. It's Salford 1, Barrow 0, and Tranmere 0, Harrogate 3. Goalless in all the other games in League 2. And as we welcome listeners on 95.5 FM back to our coverage, it's half-time at the Memorial Stadium. Bristol Rovers 0, Shrewsbury 0.
Charlie Taylor at breakfast.
I want to talk to you about a weather phrase. I think it might be a northern phrase. What do you think of the phrase cracking the flags?
I've never heard that before in my life.
Charlie Taylor.
Cracking the flags, or I've been told by someone from Yorkshire this morning it's cracking flags. Cracking flags, or something like that. Means it's going to be a really nice day.
My best friend is from Wigan. She introduced me to the word mithering, which is a northern phrase.
What does that mean?
So if you mither someone, you're like pestering them and bothering them. So you mither me at
I was just about to say the same to
6:45
you.
every morning.
Charlie Taylor at breakfast. Weekdays from 6. Just ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Somerset.
The midweek match.
BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Radio Somerset.
Let's run through tonight's latest scores. Arsenal have just scored against Bayer Leverkusen. Eberechi Eze with the goal. So it's Arsenal 1, Bayer Leverkusen 0. Arsenal lead 2-1 on aggregate. Of course, it was 1-1 in the first leg. Arsenal were given that late penalty, weren't they, to earn a 1-1 draw. And tonight they're playing at the Emirates, and they've just this moment scored. In fact, we can get a report with John Southall.
And what a goal. Arsenal 1, Bayer Leverkusen 0. Eberechi Eze 20 yards out on the volley. Absolutely flew into the goal. Just sat up for him, and he hit it into the top corner. First Champions League goal for him. And how important could that be? Arsenal 1, Bayer Leverkusen 0. 2-1 on aggregate.
Chelsea are heading out. They're 2-0 down against PSG. They trail 7-2 on aggregate. And Man City, it would appear, are not going to be in Europe at the end of the night either. They're losing 1-0 at home to Real Madrid. And Bernardo Silva sent off after 20 minutes. Vinicius Junior scoring a penalty 22 minutes. So it's Arsenal currently leading, but Chelsea and Manchester City, it would appear, heading out. Manchester City 0, Real Madrid 1. Madrid lead 4-0 on aggregate. In the Championship, just one game tonight. It's Watford 2, Wrexham 0 in League 1. Wimbledon 2, Leyton Orient 1. Blackpool 0, Port Vale 1. Bradford 0, Mansfield 1. Burton 1, Reading 1. Huddersfield 2, Lincoln 1. Luton 3, Exeter City 1. Peterborough 2, Rotherham 0. And Plymouth 0-0 with Stevenage. It's Stockport 1, Northampton 1. And Barnsley 0, Wigan 1. That's the latest score. And they kicked off at 8 o'clock. In League 2, it's Newport 0, Bromley 0. That was a 7:30 kickoff. Half-time, Accrington 0, Notts County 2. Rovers 0-0 with Shrewsbury. Cheltenham 0-0 with Crewe. Chesterfield 0, Oldham 2. Crawley 0, Barnet 0. Gillingham 0, Swindon 0. Grimsby 0, Fleetwood 0. Thrill a minute in League 2 tonight. Salford 1, Barrow 0. It is Tranmere 0, Harrogate 3. Big scoreline for Harrogate in their fight for survival. Walsall 0-0 with Cambridge United. In the National League, it's Brackley 0, Solihull 0. Gateshead 1, Wealdstone 0. Southend 3, Rochdale 1. Truro 1, Scunthorpe 2. And Woking 1, Yeovil 0. The second half of that game is coming up on 95.5 FM. And just to confirm, locally in National League South, 0-0 Horsham Bath City, 0-0 Weston-super-Mare against Tunbridge Angels. In the Southern League, it's Bristol Manor Farm 1, Swindon Supermarine 1, and Falmouth 0, Portishead 1. Second half commentary coming up from Woking 1, Yeovil 0, and second half commentary coming up from the Memorial Stadium where it's Bristol Rovers 0, Shrewsbury 0. We've got a few minutes to play with, so just a chance to hear a snippet of an interview we did recently with Richie Bates. Of course, he's Rovers' new CEO. We had a first chance to speak to him on Having a Gas a couple of weeks ago. And here's one of the topics we covered, the stadium. Of course, Rovers announcing over the winter months that maybe plans to redevelop the Memorial Stadium are on hold. So I put it to Richie Bates. Does this mean that the plans are now back to square one?
No, I won't say we're back to square one. We, as the chairman said, using his exact terminology, that there have been some red flags with the MEM, and that has halted some of the progression that we was making with that. And again, what I've sort of taken from this club over the sort of the last 18 months is that the stadium is probably the number one priority for everybody, fans, owners, staff. You know, we're desperate for something around the stadium to happen. What we've and again, myself and I know the board and the chairman in particular, what they don't want to do is rush and make a mistake. You know, the fans deserve to have a home that they're really proud of and proud of for the coming generations. We don't want to make a decision, or the board don't want to make a decision that then in 5 years' time something's not up to spec. They want our home to be something that we're all proud of for the next 50 years. So, and I get that, you know, fans want something to happen, so do we at the clubs, but like I said, we've just got to take our time and think of future generations. And, you know, when I leave the club, because I'm not going to be here forever, I want to leave it in a better place than what I found it. And I think that is definitely the same as the other staff, and in particular the owner. He wants this. He wants the stadium to be the best it can be, and if that takes a little bit more time, then I think it's worthwhile taking that for the next 50 to 100 years.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. Are the chances of Rovers redeveloping the MEM less likely than it was, say, 12, 18 months ago?
I would say it was the same, but again, what we've spent this, and again, the chairman's wording was the key bit on this, that we spent sort of, and he was very open with it, we spent sort of £400,000-500,000 on surveys and different things to make sure that it is the correct one. I won't say we're in a worse place, but we're guided by those surveys, and we're guided by the safety advisory group and the police and the council about. It's a complicated stadium. It's a complicated avenue where we've got a real flashpoint where we've got away fans and home fans coming together. There's only two entrances, as the fans know better than everyone. It's just a complicated stadium. So I wouldn't say that it's less attainable, but we're being guided by those decisions, and they're not coming back great. Like we said, like the chairman said, it's a lot of red flags in a lot of areas. But that doesn't mean that we've given up hope.
And it would be natural then for you as a football club to be continuing to look at other potential sites?
Yeah. And as the chairman said, we're looking at every available avenue in terms of, if that's a new site or redeveloping the MEM. So there's nothing off the table per se.
Because in your defence as a football club, I've been at the radio station 25 years. It's been an ongoing issue, hasn't it? So sure. I understand. Is it short-term pain for long-term gain?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I think that's the perfect way to put it. So yes, probably nothing to add on apart from that. And I do get that, the frustration from fans and frustration from staff, and I'm frustrated. The board's frustrated that we want to get going on the stadium, but I do think the best course is to take our time, not rush, so that again, future generations of gasheads are really proud of their home.
And if and when there is news, you'll look forward to sharing it.
Absolutely, yeah, we'll really look forward to it. Yeah, and like I said, I think the bit that gasheads can be, pleased or buoyed about is that the ownership group, the board are more determined than ever to make sure that we get this right with our home.
That's Richie Bates talking on having a gas recently. Let's just round out what's happening in the game between Manchester City and Real Madrid. It was 3-0 to Real Madrid from the first leg. The highlights of the first half with Alistair Bruce Ball.
Penalty for Real Madrid. Real trouble for Manchester City. It's a red card for the captain, Bernardo Silva. Deliberate handball on the line, blocking the shot, which from the angle, it might have crept in at the near post, it might not have. But that is a disaster for Manchester City. 3-0 down, surely with 10 men. Mission improbable has now become mission impossible. And Gianluigi Donnarumma has got to try and pull off the magic again. He denied Vinicius from the penalty spot in the first leg. He has to do it again here. And then somehow, Manchester City with 10 men are going to have to try and produce the comeback of all comebacks to turn this tie round against Real Madrid.
In the Premier League, I still don't think you get away with that. He's claiming that his arms were behind his back, and his hands were probably holding together behind his back, but he definitely stuck his left elbow out to stop the ball going into the goal. In European football, that is 100% being given, and there's also no surprise with the red card.
Highlights.
And it's a shame because Manchester City had started the game really positively.
Champions League match of the day tomorrow night. You can check it out for yourselves, but Leon's described it perfectly. Leaning towards the ball with his left elbow, hands tucked behind his back, but it's such a lean and it's such an obvious block. I don't think they could come to any other decision. Manchester City hoping the offside calls might save them. They didn't. Flag went up for offside initially, but checked by VAR. Right, Donnarumma against Vinicius. Here's Vinicius, he buries the penalty. 1-0 on the night to Real Madrid, 4-0 on aggregate. Manchester City down to 10 men. Surely the Champions League dream is over for Manchester City for another season. Doku receives the pass inside the penalty area. Brilliant feat from him. Haaland has found the back of the net from 6 yards out. It wasn't his most convincing finish. It hits his left boot. It bobbles over the line. Manchester City have an equaliser on the night. 1-1 tonight. 4-1 down on aggregate. Who knows?
You never know, still work to do. It's Chelsea 0, PSG 2, Arsenal 1, Bayer Leverkusen 0 on the night. Okay, if you're listening to us on 95.5 FM, the second half of Woking 1, Yeovil 0, in the company of Mick Payne and Josh Perkins.
Thank you, Richard. Welcome back to the Kingfield Stadium here in northwest Surrey, where we've been enjoying the delights of the Kingfield Stadium. I must say, I bought some sweets earlier, and Mick Payne's been enjoying those at half time, haven't you, Mick?
Yes, I have actually. Thank you very much, Josh. Yes,
all right.
The fruit pastels, but listen, I think we need a bit of fruit for this second half in terms of Yeovil's performance. Let's get it right. Something's got to change. The next 45 minutes just to get something out of this game. They can get back on the road, get back on that bus. All right, it might only be a point, but try to get something out of the game, and because they haven't asked enough questions. Let's be honest, Josh. I don't ever sort of criticise sides. I know they go out. No one goes out there to not do well, but they've got to up it. They've got to up their energy. They've got to up their performance, and they've got to start putting this Woking team under pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams are now back out onto the pitch. Woking were first, and Yeovil are just coming out now. They are in our half as we look at it. As if you would listen to the first half, you'll know that we are just left of centre here in Woking. So Yeovil in the half that we are situated in, It doesn't look like there's any changes either. They've all come out and seemingly have their kit on, and there's been no movement from the Yeovil bench. There is movement though from the Woking bench. There will be a half-time substitution, we will see, and it the power the power from the bench just gets better for Woking. Jamie Andrews has come on for Woking. I didn't quite see who he'd substitute. Has he substituted the substitute? Has he substituted Akinola?
Well, Akinola got booked, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that may be the reasons for that. We'll double check that. It's the biggest thing about this now is, as I said, it's a saying that I always say, it's a 45-minute game now.
Yeah.
It's a 45-minute game, and what have Yeovil got in this next 45 to try to rescue something from this match?
So just to recap, that change is Jamie Andrews and Tim Akinola. So they have substituted the substitute, as Mick was saying, he is on a booking. So Yeovil are unchanged going into the second half, and Woking will get us back underway, shooting from right to left as we look at Yeovil going towards the main stand away to our right hand side. Header on by Okoli. Back now with Odosuna. Fires the ball forward, but a diving header from Alex Whittle pushes the ball forward for Yeovil. They attack down the left-hand side with Jones. Loses the ball though, but they win the ball back now with Cousin Dawson. Daly backwards to McGavin, and he'll stream forward centrally, still going as McGavin. Out wide now with Greenslade. Cuts inside, releases a low shot towards the kind of near post. It's flicked off of a Woking player though, and it will be a corner kick to Yeovil Town.
Well, you say a corner kick, positive.
Yeah.
Positive. We're only sort of a minute in, but that was positive. I've got to say, Sims again done brilliantly on this right hand side. He dragged two Woking players away with him, and then Greenslade then had the chance to just pull the trigger. All right, he's got a little flick off the Woking defender. Corner kick.
Yeah, absolutely. Greenslade. Seeing his opening, a real snapshot, carried it towards the front post, but corner kick they get, floated in towards the back post and away by Okoli. And Sims, once again with Greenslade, looks up, goes centrally, wants to release the shot, goes down. Seemingly a fair challenge from the Woking man. Still in the box though, just bouncing around at the moment. And almost Yeovil able to release a shot, another shot towards goal. Woking come out with the ball far right hand side. It remains 1-0.
Well, they've come out, when you say come out with the ball, they've come out with intent. That's the difference. What you already in this opening couple of minutes, Yeovil have made more inroads, into the Woking sort of final third than they've done for the last 30 minutes of that first half.
Absolutely. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that half-time team talk. Sure, Billy Rowley would have given the Yeovil players a rocket, and here we go. They come forward once again, this time with Daly, just left of centre, still going as Daly. It's flicked off, it's over it's almost over the keeper. That's an absolutely fantastic save from Will Jaskalainen, tracking back as the ball was going to arc over him. He gets a hand to it and pokes it over for a corner.
Well, it's the pace has come off the ball, but it's doing all sorts of things, and you've got to give credit to the Woking keeper there. His footwork was brilliant, and then he's just got his left arm up to just put it away for a corner. Top save.
You'll love that as a goalkeeper.
Oh, yeah. It was technical, that was.
Flat corner towards the edge of the area, and I thought that Jarvis had nestled that into the bottom corner with real power. He hasn't. It's wide of the goal, and it's a goal kick to Woking.
Well, it's a goal kick to Woking, but again, as I said, I'm so pleased to see this, because they've come out, as I said, with the word intent, but they've come out with a real sort of, sort of hunger, like they've been. It most probably had raw meat in there at half time, because that's what they've been fed on or something. I don't know, but they've come out here so different. They're different animals now, aren't they, Yeovil?
Yeah, no bread, no water, just meat. So there's got to be, as well, over on the far side, it must be said, there's probably about 250, 300 Yeovil fans here that are
another wave of attack here
we
Yeovil.
Go. Forward come Yeovil. Ryan Jones, far left-hand side, edge of the area, cuts back on himself. Plays it to Whittle. 1-2 with Jones. Yeah, Whittle's going to try and get into the area. It's flicked off of another Woking player. So is it a throw-in, I think, on the far side? Yeah, just about. Didn't quite go out past the goal line. Nearest the corner flag, though. Away to our right-hand side. Yeah, Ryan Jones is going to take this throw-in. Infield by McGavin, floated into the area and away by Woking. Sanderson in a battle with Jake Wannell will get the throw in, takes it quickly, does Wannell. Yeah, as you say, they've had more chances or kind of sights at goal than Yeovil have in the first half, really.
Exactly, in this opening spell. I mean, it's coming out. You know, it's a mentality thing, Josh. It's definitely a mentality thing. You know, when it's easy-ozy and you're just going through the motion, but you've got to play with tenacity, you've got to play with enthusiasm, you've got to play with desire, you've got to have that winning mentality. All the things, it's not coaching, it's just making players realise, you know, you've got to take the game by the scruff of the neck, and they've come out here and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, Yeovil really are doing that. Almost 50 minutes gone here. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Yeovil have been the brighter of the two teams in the opening 5 minutes of this second half. Ball hocked over towards the far side, and Gabode couldn't pick that up. I think that's come off of him, so it'll be a Yeovil throw, yeah.
The key to it is, well, though, they've got to, you know, when they've started like this, they've got to try to, you know, get back on level terms, because they're asking quite a chance.
Ball over the top. Is Jarvis onside? He's in a battle with Jaskalainen, and Jaskalainen gets there ahead of Jarvis. I think he would have been offside just, but he wasn't to know that. Yeovil still in possession now with McGavin. Assessing his options.
Got to move it quicker like they were. Just keep moving it quicker, faster, pacier. 1 touch, 2 touch. Make it difficult for the opposition. Drag them all around the park.
Ferguson, dead in line with us here. Wannell puts his left foot on the ball. Goes the other way back to Ferguson, who does a mirror of what Wannell did and plays back to Wannell. Whittle turns out, goes wide to Jones. Whittle pokes the ball forward with his head, but only to a Woking player. Okoli and Drew on the far side puts the ball forward towards Beautyman, who's convincingly fell in instalments there. Headed the ball forward, but was always going down. Just took 5 minutes to do so.
Yeah, he did go down in instalments. That's a good shout, that. But no, it's again, you know, when you've got this sort of drive, you know, when you come out second half, you can see the managers, you know, he's definitely had words, there's no doubt about it. You know, the players most probably have words with themselves, you know, but they've got to just really take the game, you know, by making it harder for the opposition, because if it's too easy, Woking bossed that first half, but the second half you wouldn't think they were 1-0 in front. It's all Yeovil at the moment.
Jed Ward, Cruyff turn towards and passes towards McGavin, back to Jed Ward, plays a ball forward to Ferguson, who will stretch his legs. Sims, Cousin Dawson as Beautyman is pressuring FCD across to Wannell though. Beautyman, I think, wanted help there with the press and didn't get it. Through the lines now with Daly, still going as James Daly lays it off to Jarvis, out wide now with Jones, controls it with the inside of his left foot, steaming forward is Ryan Jones, still towards the goal line, wants to put the ball in, it's off of Drew. Will it go for a corner? It does. Corner kick, Yeovil Town far side.
Yeah, again, as I said, you know, corner after corner at the moment for Yeovil, but again, I'll just go back to Daly there. First thought, as soon as he got it, can I go forward?
Yeah.
And drove forward with real pace. You know, when you've got pace in a tide, the opposition sometimes hate it because they just can't keep up with it. So that's what you've got to keep doing, Daly, driving forward.
That's how he's got most of his 4 goals this season, is, as you say, being direct, going forward, driving at the opposition. It's exactly what James Daly looks to do. Conversation with is that Caleb Richards and Finn Cousin Dawson, the referee Richie Watkins is having between the two. Just a couple of handbags in the box before this corner kick's taken on the far side. Both arms go up of McGavin towards the front post and punched away by Jaskalainen. They really crowded the keeper there, did Yeovil Town. Headed forward, and this might be a chance for Woking in the second half. Ward cuts in field but goes out wide to Gabode. Gabode still going, wants to get past 2, puts the ball across the face of goal, and Ward at the front post can't turn it in, hits the side net and goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, as I said, you've got to say Gabode there was a Gabode rather. Always a big unit as well, isn't he? He sort of just brushed past those 2 Yeovil defenders like they weren't there. But that's the first time in this second half that they've threatened really Woking. But you know, fair play to Yeovil. They've got back on the horse, as they say, and having a go. This is what they've got to do, just have a go.
And Cousin Dawson lays a pass off to Josh Sims, and Sims puts his foot up, seemingly too far up, and it rolls under his foot and goes out for a throw-in on this near side. Caleb Richards just down below us here. Yeah, you mentioned Joe Gabode, only 20 years old. Yeah, as you say, a unit,
yeah.
But he's also really quick as well.
Very, very quick.
Scary.
Yeah, what I've seen of him this evening has been very impressive.
Yeah, on loan from Luton Town.
Is that correct?
Yes,
right.
it is.
Someone I know one or two people at Luton. I'll have a little word and tell them how impressive he was.
Yeah. Richards across to Akoli. 54.5 gone. Woking 1, Yeovil 0 on BBC Radio Somerset. Goal from Harry Beautyman on half an hour is the difference. Yeovil have been the better team though in the opening 10 minutes of this second half. Mounting a few chances, specifically off set pieces. Jaskalainen, ball at his feet just outside of his own area. Punted forward. Header off the back of the head of Sanderson. Falls to Ward on this near left-hand side. Edges towards the goal line, and it'll come off a Yeovil player. I think Ferguson. It's a corner kick this time. First one of the second half for Woking on this near side.
Yeah, as I said, I think they're a management team of three of just had a little word in there, one or two people's ear from the Woking perspective. Just say, look, come on, we've come off it. We've come off it a little bit here, and if we're not careful, Yeovil are going to get an equaliser, which we want Yeovil to do, of course. But I think Woking have just woken up a little bit now.
Drew. Left arm aloft on this near side, corner kick. Stutter steps, takes the corner towards the front post, headed towards the back post and across the face of goal. Calls of the corner kick from the Woking players and fans. They won't get it. Goal kick Yeovil.
Well, as I said, goal kick Yeovil, and again, I'm expecting that a nettle in the back net, and you there, especially on the far post. It went flashing across the goal line, and there was no one even to tap that in. Fortunate again from Yeovil point of view.
Yeah, remains 1-0 here. Jed Ward with the ball at his feet. 1-0. Pushing the ball forward.
Well, there's the key, isn't it? It remains 1-0. That's 1-0. That's exactly it. And still in this game.
Ball down the line from Whittle towards Jarvis. In a battle is Jarvis he's gone in fairly strongly on Akola there. And Jarvis is already on a yellow card here, so the Yeovil players are just going to go over and protest his innocence as Odasuna is down at the moment.
Well, I think, unfortunately Jarvis...
Got to be careful there.
Well, as you say, his reputation goes before him, let's be honest, in terms of... You've mentioned, was it 10?
9 yellow cards.
9 yellow cards. What, before... What?
9 yellows and 1 red.
Well, there you are. So it's... there's no smoke without fire. Look, I don't have a problem with a player playing with, real pace and strength and desire to win for your team. But sometimes you just got to be a bit sensible, especially when you're on a yellow. They can't afford to go down with 10 men here.
Carl Ferguson feels the contact, goes down, wins the Yeovil a free kick halfway inside their own half. 57 minutes gone. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Ward, ball at his feet outside of his penalty area, across to Ferguson. Being chased down by Sanderson. Lays it wide to Sims, back to Ward. Ferguson and Sanderson are in a bit of a battle. Just nipping at each other's ankles and heels and toes and the like. 1-0. Assesses his options, plays it through the lines towards Jones, but gets picked off by Woking, and forward they come. On that far side, the right, as a downed Yeovil player who's rolling around in pain, actually. I don't know if that's... is that James Daly that's down? Not Carl Ferguson. Brett McGavin had seemingly motioned, pushing his shoulder kind of upwards, as if to say that he had been elbowed or shouldered or something, but it looks like the Yeovil player... Oh, it's Alex Whittle that's down at the moment, just on his backside, but yeah, something off the ball there. Mick, I didn't quite see.
Yeah, I think what's happened there, I think whether he's got winded or something there, no physio's come on. He's up. I think he's just sort of holding his sort of stomach region, for a better word. So it might have been just a little bit delicate where he took that. So I think that may be the sort of statement to sort of describe it.
Yeah, not quite in the unmentionables, but...
No, but in and around it.
58, almost 59 gone here. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. 1-0. Whittle. Ward, right on the edge of his penalty area, across to 1-0. Fires a ball long, arcing into the air. No one there to meet it though, apart from Chinweke Okoli.
He's giving the ball away cheaply for me there, though, Josh. I don't want to do that. Just want to shorten it up a little bit.
Gaskelainen with some good distribution towards the head of Sims though, and Jarvis in a battle with Odasuna. Odasuna wins out Jamie Andrews, and now Okoli to Drew on the far side. Back to Okoli, who again goes back to Jaskelainen. Punts the ball high into the dark skies here. It's off the back of Sanderson, chips the ball over the top, I think for Ward to chase, but he wasn't there. Sims was for Yeovil Town. Back to Ward now 1-0. Ward will continue to pressure. Jones receives the ball to feet, turns around, drives forward, past the halfway line now with Cousin Dawson, out wide on this near side with Greenslade. Gonna run towards goal. Can he get past? He get past one. Can he get past two? He does. He manages to keep possession, does Greenslade. Cousin Dawson loses out in a battle there with Beautyman, the goal scorer. One-0. And Jones steps back to that kind of left wing back role. Yeovil still operating in a back four with Sims and Ferguson, Wunnell and Whittle. Wunnell's seemingly stuck for options here. He's piggy in the middle, really.
I mean, I'm just looking at it now. You know, so we're an hour gone. They've got to be pleased how they started this second half. Just, you know, make sure that they keep this sort of pace up, but be patient because they can create something here.
They absolutely can. Sims has
got a free kick.
Yeah, Daly puts the ball around the corner and goes down, wins his team a free kick.
What I mean by that, Josh, is be patient. Just be patient in terms of, look, don't go and try to do something crazy to where they can, you know, attack this Woking and get the second goal. Just stay methodical, keep moving the ball well, but believe that they can get back on level terms here because they've been very, very good this second half. I know it's only 15 minutes or so, but they've been very good.
McGavin, both arms up over this free kick inside the Woking half, just right of centre, floated over towards the edge of the area, headed down towards Daly, and Jaskelainen will collect at his front post. Punts the ball clear. Greenslade, it comes off of his knees, really slipped before he took that under control. The Greenslade, as I say, came off his left knee and out for a throw in.
I'm just wondering if Billy Rowley will look at his bench in a moment and say, look, is there a couple of changes just to inject some more energy, inject a different type of a perspective? Whether he changes the shape, who knows? But you know, you'll want to try to get something out of this game.
Yeah, you think on the hour mark that, you know, managers will think to make a change if things aren't going their way. I can see Terrell Works just warming up in front of us here in his substitute's bib. Could potentially see the young Fulham loanee. Sims chipped ball over towards the head of Jarvis, who's going to flick it on as well, turn around the corner, but Odasuna is there to cover for his defensive colleagues. Ball into Sanderson, he tries to turn the corner and slips as well. The ground, Billy mentioned it pre-match, the pitch is okay, it's not the best thing.
No.
And you can see that, yeah, some players are starting to feel it, slipping and sliding on the turf.
Well, this pitch does it, especially where the big stand is to the right-hand side. It really normally is it becomes a bit of a bog when we had a lot of wet weather, and they've had a number of games called off. Well, actually, this game was called off, if I'm not mistaken.
It was indeed.
On the Saturday when it was fixture.
Yeah, this game rescheduled. Jarvis is going to run, try and take the ball off Jaskelainen, won't do so, and Drew will get it clear. Keeps the ball in play though. Nice clearance from Aaron Drew. Now with Akinola and Gabode. Goes forward. Oh, goodness me, Gaboda's got a real engine on him. He's so quick. And it's referee's going to wave play on because Whittle's down at the moment and the home fans around us don't think it's a free kick. Referee doesn't think so either. Jarvis goes down, Okoli goes over the top of him, and
everyone's going down.
Yeah, and now there's something there between Cousin Dawson and Beautyman. Beautyman went down, but the referee again unmoved. Ball with Woking, far side the right. Yeah, they all fall down, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Approaching 64 gone. James Daly has absolutely busting a gut to get down the left-hand side. Still going is James Daly into the area. Slid, and that's going to be a goal kick. James Daly wants either the corner or the penalty. I don't know if there was a foul going from off the run of James Daly, but what a cracking run from James Daly.
Explosion of pace, that's what it is. And again, Daly's just got to say, okay, I didn't get the result I wanted that time, but I can do it. Here's a substitution here, Josh, and see who we got.
Greenslade's coming off for Terrell Works. Straight swap.
That'd be interesting about Terrell Works. You said he's only a young kid on from loan from Fulham, is that correct? And not sure his age. What
19.
19, yeah. I'll have to do a little bit of homework on him when I get home, because a good friend of mine is part of the coaching setup at Fulham, so I'll have a little just see what the the sort of background of him.
Yeah, he's quite a raw footballer. We saw him at Boreham Wood.
Exactly, I did. Yes, that's right. Exactly. Yeah.
7 appearances, his 8th this evening. 2 goals for the young, as we say, Fulham Lonely, the 19-year-old. He's on the ball now in place of Harvey Greenslade.
He started quite well there, didn't he?
Yeah, he's held the ball up and able to find Sims. Now, Cousin Dawson, centre of the park, who loses the ball. Didn't get the right idea there, the right pass there from Cousin Dawson.
I just think tonight Cousin Dawson hasn't really hit the straps for me. No. Because he's a very, very creative player, in what he does. And tonight he's been a bit loose in possession and not really picked the right pass at times.
Must be said, he's much better as a centre-back.
Yes, of course.
But, when Carl Ferguson and Jake Wanneley, 2 centre-halves, you're not really going to get a look in. And Cousin Dawson can do a job in midfield.
Well, that's exactly that.
Works, operating on the right-hand side of midfield. Can Sims keep it in? No, he can't. On this near side, so throw in Woking. 66 gone. Woking 1, Yeovil 0.
Yeah, just got to go with another wave here, Yeovil. They started off, as I say, like house on fire. That's first 15 minutes. It's the game sort of slowed down again, isn't it? Slowed down. What Woking are sort of, make the game slower. They're dictating how they want to play this game, but it's up to Yeovil now to go again.
That's a great challenge from Cousin Dawson on Beautyman there. Those two are definitely there's some exchange of words between Beautyman and Cousin Dawson in a good battle this evening.
There's a booking, I think.
There will be a booking for Jake Wannell. His first yellow. Obviously, it's his first yellow of the game. He goes into his 12th of the season. Jake Wannell. Don't know what he went into the book for. I imagine
chat. He, to be honest, as I said, he's been, I wouldn't say berating the referee, but I think he's been challenging quite many decisions. Yes, he's skipped through the side, but he's definitely been challenging the referee, and I think he's just had enough of the ref.
A couple of words to the assistant on this near side as well in the first half. Yeovil win the ball back. Jones down the line. Daly going to put the ball into the area and flashes across the face of goal. I'm not sure if Jaskalainen was used there. I don't know if he got a save to it. It will be no, he didn't. It's a goal kick, so Jaskalainen will retake. But again, ball flashed across the face of goal. A half chance for Yeovil because there was no one on the end of it.
Well, it's a half chance. I'm just going to say the boy Terrell Works has come on. I'd like to see someone on that far post. There was no one. Yeah. Everyone sort of got dragged towards that near post. Sometimes you've got to look at it in the game and go, I should be in a better position. Get on that far post and you might put one away.
So it is Harry Beautyman, the goal scorer, is going to make way for another Woking substitution in this game. It looks like the other Akinola brother is going to come on. Tunji Akinola, the number 16, is going to get 22 minutes, a minimum of 22 minutes in this game. 31 appearances, 1 goal against Carlisle back in December. Started his career at West Ham, did Tunji Akinola.
Yep. Well, I said they've got 1 or 2. We've said it. I don't like to big it up, but there's some big individuals coming on here for Woking. But as I say, this is all about Yeovil for me now. They've just got to really up the ante. Throw everything at it, got about more or less about 20 to go here, and just try to drag themselves back in and going back, with something to reward this second half performance for, because it's been better.
It has been better. Approaching 69 minutes played here. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Ball down the right hand side for Whittle to chase. Who's that's tried to get on the end of it? They're complaining that it's not a corner. It's a Yeovil goal kick. Evidently a
free kick, I think.
Is it a free kick?
Yeah, he's given a free
kick.
It was right on the. Yeah, it's not a goal kick. He's put it right on.
Yeah,
it's a free kick.
Must have been a
push in the back, wasn't it?
Yeah, on Alex Whittle, which the Woking players were not happy with. But we're back underway. Ferguson stops the ball with the underside of his right foot, just rolls it back a couple of times, and will play it back to his goalkeeper outside of the area. Rolls it forward. Arcing ball over towards Works, but it's headed on by Richards, and Works tries to prey on the bit of a loose pass from Odesuna. Almost got to it. Ball again arced over the top. Ferguson kind of incidentally heads it down to Andrews, and Gabode's trying to go forward. Drew will win the throw in far side for Woking. Take his time to throw it in as well. Controlled by Tunji Akinola, one of the latest substitute in this game. Richards. Ward gets a bit of luck there as it rolls through the legs of Terrell Works, and Ward goes centrally, chips the ball over the top towards Gabode on the far right hand side, nearest the corner flag away to our left. Wants to put the ball in, does. Jed Ward is closest to the keeper, and he will come and collect. There's a Woking player down in the Yeovil box, can't quite see who it is, but just on his haunches at the moment. Looks like Matt Ward, but he is back to his feet. Lost in play from Jarvis, and that's a free kick for Yeovil. I think that was a push in the back, maybe off of Jarvis or Daly there, but they get the ball back underway to Yeovil. Sims near side the right. McGavin. Ward. 71 played. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Jed Ward just rolls the ball out, just like he would on a Sunday morning, then plays it across to Ferguson. Sims down the right to Daly, and it will be a Yeovil throw. Sims again to take, higher up the pitch this time, halfway inside the Woking half.
What's happened here now? This is a very, very important stage of the game. You can just see both sides are just sort of saying, can they just get that edge? Yeah. And Yeovil are just starting to grow back into it again. So they started that second half very, very brightly. Woking just sort of stopped the stem of pace, if you like, from Yeovil, but now Yeovil are going again. This is what I expected them to do, so see if they can fashion one or two opportunities.
Yeah, Woking focused on not conceding, and Yeovil focused on scoring. Ball over the top towards Jarvis. It falls to Jones, left-hand side, wants to get the ball in the area. Good challenge there from Okoli, and Jones will try and nip at the ankles as well. He won't get to Okoli because he's passed the ball away. Still back with Okoli, goes down. Doesn't win the free kick though. The referee's going to allow play to go on, and Yeovil back in attack. They can't do anything with it though, that's the only thing, as Akinola gets back on the ball for Woking. Referee's going to let a couple of things go here. Ball from Drew over the top towards Ward, stays onside, has Sims to deal with. Ward in battle with Josh Sims. Cross to Drew centrally, maybe just left of centre. Akinola. Drew out wide to Gabode, wants to put a ball in on the far side. Heading towards the penalty area, loses possession though. And away down the line by Alex Whittle on the far side. Jones has a lot of green, but is held up by Drew actually. That's good defensive work from him. Daly, far left hand side. 73 gone, Woking 1, Yeovil 0.
Yeah, just keep, Yeovil just got to try to keep knocking on the door, but I want them to move the ball quicker, move it quicker, make it difficult for the opposition.
Jarvis isn't going to win that free kick. Well, seemingly,
I must admit, the referee's just letting, which is good actually, he's just letting the game flow really.
Because it looked like Odesuna thought that was going to be a Yeovil free kick, and it wasn't. So the play just kind of stopped until Odesuna then continued with the ball. It was soft from Jarvis, and Woking put the ball back into the area for Ward to chase. He won't do so. It's good defending there from Sims to come across and put the ball away. Nearest the corner flag though on the left hand side, and it's going to be a Yeovil throw. nearest the corner flag, as I say, down away to our left.
Yeah, as I said, it's a very, very vital moment in the game now. You can just see it. We said we're coming on 75, more or less. 15 to play. Is he going to roll the dice, the Yeovil manager? Is he going to just take the chance to see, okay, can we get the equaliser? It might mean we might have to sacrifice how we're playing in terms of the back four, but to try and just nick that equaliser.
One will boot it, but it looks like it comes off of Sanderson, so it'll be a goal kick. Concerning though for one that he wasn't able to clear it long. Sanderson was able to come across and block it. Ferguson. It does feel like there's something else in this game, whether it's
doesn't it?
A Yeovil equaliser or Woking kill the game. We'll have to see in the next 15 minutes or so. 1-0. Ward across to Ferguson. Sims is high up on this near right hand side into Works, back to Ferguson, who goes back to Ward, working the ball around again. 1-0 through the lines towards Daly, who's going to drive towards goal as he does, direct, lays it off to Cousin Dawson, across to McGavin. Cousin Dawson out wide again to Sims, drops the shoulder, gets past one, back to Cousin Dawson. Ferguson, McGavin, back to Ferguson, forward to Cousin Dawson, wants the ball forward to Sims, but Works now oh dear. Cousin Dawson plays a ball forward, was looking for the kind of curved run of Josh Sims, and he doesn't read it, so it's out for a goal kick.
It's a shame because it's very intricate play there, and I've got to say Cousin Dawson found that little pocket of space just outside the box, and it's just the wrong choice, at that stage. But it's positive. I've got to say that it's positive play. All right, it didn't come off that time, but just keep believing, keep doing the same thing in a positive way. Because as you rightly say, Josh, it just feels like there's something going to happen in this last sort of 15 minutes or so.
76 played, and Yeovil are a goal down here in Surrey. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Goal from Harry Beautyman on 30 minutes. Sanderson plays a ball forward, far right to Gabode. Can he get the ball in? He cuts in field, gets the ball towards the front post, and it's away by Kyle Ferguson again, low. That is at kind of feet level. Akinola drew far side the right, chipped ball over towards Akinola. Can he keep the ball in? He can. Low ball into the area, and Wandle's able to control it this time and get it away once again for the away team. Jarvis controls it. Great touch. Far left hand side. Jarvis goes down on a bit of a push, but again, referee unmoved. Throw in Yeovil far side.
Yeah, you got to say it's an absolutely terrific touch from Jarvis. It's a launch ball forward from Wandle, and Jarvis is like in his stride. He's took that out of the sky so well and nearly sort of created an opportunity for himself, really.
Yeah. Ferguson motioning with his hands and plays it across to his centre-back colleague. 1-0 to Whittle.
See, when they move the ball this slowly, see, it plays into Woking's hands for me. They look set, don't they? You can see Woking look set. Got to move it quicker.
Ferguson forward to Works, out wide to Sims, and back now again with Kyle Ferguson. Turns his body, curves a high ball forward towards Daly. It's off of James Daly, so it will be a throw into Woking. We've got just over 12 minutes to go here.
Well, you'll say they've had the lion's share of the second half here. There's no doubt about that. Yes, first half you've got to say Woking perhaps could have put the game out of sight, but you've got to give credit to Yeovil. They've come out second half and they've been very competitive the way they've gone about their business.
It's the voice of Mick Payne, the England C goalkeeper coach, on the call with myself tonight. McGavin Works, back to McGavin now. 1-0, and Whittle out on the far side, the left. Ferguson's calling for the ball. Whittle will pass back to Ward, who's halfway inside the Yeovil half. Motions with his left hand, kind of points outwards. And it goes over the head of Jones. I think, has that come off of... No, it hasn't. I thought it come off a Woking player. It hasn't. So, throw in 2 Woking.
You just get my point on that, though, Josh. You know, when you move the ball slowly, you can see Woking it's easier for them to defend. You know, they're saying, well, that's it. We're dictating the pace of the game. Yeovil got to dictate the pace of the game. They've got to up the ante. They've got to make it work for them. Don't let it work for Woking. Make it work for them.
Jaskalainen clears it long off the head of Wonnell. This time off the head of a Coley, but not forward as he wanted, kind of into the air. Back by Drew again towards Jaskalainen, picks it up, rolls it out outside of his penalty area. And Ferguson will contest for the ball in the air alongside Sanderson. It's dropped to Ward and finds Drew far right hand side. Drew's still going. And Ward will want to roll the ball infield back to Akinola. Drew once again. And that's McGavin who wins the ball cleanly as well. And forward come Yeovil. McGavin. Daly back to McGavin. Out wide to Sims this near right hand side. Infield to Works. Back to goal. McGavin skips over the challenge from Gabode. Back now with Ferguson and Wonnell. We're inside the final 10 minutes of normal time here at the end of the second half. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Whittle. Jones hugging that touchline on the far side. Cuts infield, goes back to Wonnell. Inside the Woking half now. Jones centrally back to McGavin.
What's happening? You've got to say Woking are letting Yeovil have the ball.
Yeah,
they are.
Ball over the top by Wonnell towards Works. Can't get it.
I'm just saying you've got to break us down because you can see they're set.
Yeah.
You know, as a back 5 and 4 in front and 1 up top. You can just see how they're set up.
Works infield, good touch, still going. Is he down? Yes, it's a free kick for Yeovil Town right on the edge of the penalty area, and it's going to be a yellow card. Is that for a Coley who had, or is it Jamie Andrews, I think, that had made the foul on, I believe it was Ryan Jones, that just did a little soul roll towards his left foot, felt the contact, went down so close outside of that penalty area.
It's very, very similar to the Woking chance in the first half. We thought he was going to give a penalty because the referee sort of marches over and points, doesn't he? And you think you're pointing to the spot, but he hasn't. And it's but a great chance here. This could get something for the game for Yeovil here.
What an opportunity here for Yeovil to equalise. Yeah, the referee kind of lifted his arm rather than immediately point to the spot, which you can, he didn't quite do that in the first half, which is why we all thought it was a penalty.
Yep.
Okay, 3 Yeovil players over the ball centrally. Ryan Jones, Brett McGavin, James Daly. Who's it going to be? There is a 5-man wall on the 8-yard line. McGavin to shoot! And it's not gone in. How has that not gone in? Jaskalainen with an absolutely cracking save. Again, like Jed Ward, down low to his right-hand side. It was an absolute goal-mouth scramble, and no green and white shirt has been able to turn the ball in. It remains 1-0.
Yeah, it's a terrific free kick, got to say, but Jaskalainen has seen that late again, like Jed Ward did in the first half. Flung himself to the right-hand side. Yeah, he got out of jail with 1 or 2 of his defenders helping him out, but great chance to just get that equaliser. But another substitution here, Josh.
This time for Yeovil Town, Alex Whittle's race has run, and we will see the introduction of Miller Matthews-Lewis, his second appearance. He got his first against Boston on Saturday, got 20 minutes or so. Is still looking to, get back up to fitness. I know he's played for Hemel Hempstead earlier this season, but just needs to get National League ready. He's going to be swung into the mix, really, is Miller Matthews-Lewis, the new signing on loan from Burton Albion until the end of the season. And there is a change for Woking. We will see Joe Gabode, who I think's had a really good game in this this evening. He's going to go off.
Yeah, he's been impressive. There's no doubt about that. Been impressive. He's been industrious. He's been he's been a threat. That's the big thing. He's been a threat, and I've got to say, generally, you would say. Yeovil has dealt with him quite well, generally.
Tyreek Hines comes on in his place. One of the 3 changes that Woking made at the start of this game. I think I also saw there was another change. Matt Ward has gone off for Woking. I think Kian Pennant is going to come on in his place. It is Kian Pennant, the young 21-year-old, got a goal earlier in November against Sutton. His 15th appearance on loan from Leicester under 21s is the number 28. Goal kick for Woking. We've got 6 minutes of normal time to go here, and it's 1-0 to the home team. Headed on by Sanderson, finds Hines, and doesn't fall to any red and white shirt, so throw in Yeovil Town, far side.
Well, I'll go back to it, when you get down to these sort of like the closing sort of stage of the game, or the final embers, how you want to describe it, is that you're 1-0, it's 1-0, and you believe you can get something. We see many games where it goes right down to the wire, where it's 1-0 and the opposition think it's done, Woking think it's done. For me now, it's about just throwing everything at it, taking a chance, going with 3-4 up front, just have a go.
Yeah, that's what they've done. They've taken off Alex Whittle, who is predominantly a left back, and they've put on Miller Matthews-Lewis, who is an out-and-out striker.
Correct.
So yeah, as you say, throw everything up top and see what happens. Inside the final 5 to go, Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Ball on the far side. They want to get the ball into the area. It comes off of a Yeovil player, so it will be a Woking corner kick over on the far side, the left.
Yeah, and they're taking it as well, Josh. They will. They're just they take the sting out of the game. Yeah, just your Woking man's. He's not. He's walking over with the ball slowly as he can to take the corner kick. I am surprised here though. Yeovil not keeping any player up. I am surprised at this. There's a corner kick here.
Yeah.
I'd keep 2 up. To drag 3 back. I'm finding that really, this is not looking to get the equaliser for me.
No, it's not. Right arm up. Ball swung in towards the front post. Clipped out towards Akinola, and the ball goes high and over the bar. Outside of the ground, actually. Over on that, way to our left-hand side, over the stand. Goal kick, Yeovil.
Yeah, just that, I think that's an opportunity missed for me. Keep 2 up, I wouldn't say do it all the time, but this stage of the game, 4 minutes to go, why not?
Matthews-Lewis. Now McGavin. 1-0. Ball through the lines. Jarvis can't keep the ball under control, and Jarvis needs to be careful again here, because he's just pushed over Tunji Akinola. And again, another talking to by the referee. Skating on thin ice.
You've got to say, it's the old statement. Woking have managed this second half, haven't they? The game management's been pretty cute, really. As I said, I think they've allowed Yeovil to have the ball, and if Yeovil have not moved the ball quick enough, then Yeovil will go and say, well, our plans worked because we're set. You've got to work your way through it. You've got to do something special to score past us.
Free kick taken. We're inside the final 3 minutes here at the Kingfield Stadium of normal time at the end of the second half. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. That's how it's been since the 30th minute when Harry Beautyman opened the scoring. Akinola, ball in towards Sanderson. Can't get it though. Jones will trap it down, play back to Ward. Uses his left foot to clear it forward. Headed again by Tunji Akinola this time. And this time Tim Akinola, Kian Pennant tried to shape to shoot there. Couldn't do so, but Woking still on the ball. Andrews. Richards is there on the overlap on this near side to left. Gets the better of Works, puts the ball into the area, stabbed away by Ferguson. Odasuna. Okoli infield towards Hines. Has to slightly edge back towards the halfway line. Back to Okoli. Ball over the top by Okoli for Sanderson to chase. That one will get to first. Jones boots it so high into the air. I can see a green pyro has gone off in the far side stand. A green pyro when you're 1-0 down?
Not too sure about that.
Yep, make of that what you will. I'm hoping that was done by accident. We will see Troy Perrott come onto the pitch because Kyle Ferguson has been substituted. So again, an attacker for a defender.
Yeah.
They want this equaliser here.
Well, exactly. Well, it's got to be done, again. But the thing I would change, though, Josh, I was seeing Troy. He's jogged back. Keep 3 up now. Keep 3 up. We're 89 minutes on the clock. Keep 3 up. At the moment, they've only got 1 up. Yeovil. They've all sort of just dropped back in there. Just ask questions of the opposition. It's a positive move. Don't be a negative move. Have it positive.
Thrown in by Woking. Bit of head tennis at the moment towards the edge of the area and away by Jake Wannell. So another throw in for Woking, which they'll keep these coming really.
Well, we look at this. You say you got Yeovil 1 up. He's being marked by 3 Woking players. He's got to do something special to get out of jail there.
Ball into the box that Jed Ward will carry, and Yeovil going to come out with the ball now. Sims down the line towards Matthews Lewis. Has got a lot of work to do, and he's that's good defensive work there from Aldasuna to slide in and make the challenge. Out for a throw in taken by Sims. Parrott back to Cousin Dawson. He's just being constantly pressured by Pennant and the front line of Woking here.
Now, those players have come on and done a really good job for Woking, actually. They've really worked tirelessly.
And Wannell with a bit of a misplaced pass that Hines will get the better of Wannell once again. Tyreek Hines shapes to shoot. Can he get the better of his defender? It's a save low down at Jed Ward on this near side.
I'm not sure what went up on the ball there.
I missed that.
I think it may have been 5, I think. Double check.
Yeah.
As I was watching that action, the ball went up as well.
Ball
Sims
over the top for Sims, who is onside on this near side, and again is that Odasuna that comes across to defend for his team. He has been he's been fantastic.
Well, when you say he's been fantastic, he's been effective. He's been effective defending in what he's done. Read the situation. Sims has not really got down this right hand side enough in the second half, but it's it's right into the final third here. Got a throw on there. Can they get the body loaded up with the big guys? See if they can get a second ball here and just try to nestle something in the back of the net.
Yeah, so that throw in on this near side had been converted into a corner. So Yeovil have a corner as we enter the final stages of this game. We think 5 minutes of additional time. We're not quite sure. A minute has been played though. McGavin, both arms aloft, near side the right, corner flung in towards the back post. No player is there to able to get it headed down by Works, but again, no green and white shirt there. Jones on this near side, put towards Matthews Lewis. Nice back heel towards Works, edge of the area, edge of the 6-yard box. It runs across the face of goal. Too many step overs there from Terrell Works. Just get the ball out of your feet and shoot, man.
Correct. I mean, as I said, it was too fancy, wasn't it? Far too fancy.
Like 6 yards from goal.
Well, they're knocking on the door here, Josh. They're knocking on the door.
They really are. Sims has it. Ball across, and it falls to Parrott. Can he get Jones a shot towards goal? It's curled, and it doesn't even hit the side netting on this near side. Wide of the post, goal kick.
Yeah, poor attempt to be fair. He's tried to sort of manufacture a little curler into the near post. For me, the choice is hit it across goal. Hit it across goal. Plenty of bodies in there. Get a deflection. Get an own goal. Get a tap in. There, it's too easy. It's an easy outlet for Jääskeläinen, and here taking this goal kick.
We've played 92 and a half minutes. I'm going with 5. I'm going with addition.
I think it was 5.
Okay.
I'm sure it wouldn't be no more.
Now, we were both looking at the action, to be fair, rather than the electronic substitution board. Ball down the line on the far side. Matthews Lewis to chase. He won't get there, though. Headed in. We'll keep it in their possession for the time being. A nice ball over towards Works on that inside right channel. More centrally, though, with Terrell Works. Cuts inside. Wants to shoot. On his left foot. Low, and it's not got enough power on it. Into the gloves of Jääskeläinen, who just falls to his front. That's twice now Terrell Works has had chances within the last 2 minutes or so.
Well, the first part of that play was excellent. His pace. But then Sims was making a bursting run out on this right-hand side. Play him in.
Works with a header off the back of his head. No one there able to chase. Wannell chests it down. 93 and a half gone here. Yeovil still a goal down. Over the top towards Works. He's not tall enough to get it. Matthews Lewis goes down. Will win Yeovil a free kick halfway inside the Woking half.
And Wannell's gone up. They're all gone up now. This is where they've all got to go up.
Jed Ward's going up as well. Yeah, he's been given the okay by the manager.
Is he going up? Is he? Yeah,
yes, he is. Yeah,
exactly.
That's a double thumbs up.
No, I saw the double thumbs up.
No,
he's not.
Hold on.
I mean, if it's for me, is it? Who's on the ball here taking the free?
McGavin.
Yeah.
No, Jed Ward's back in his own half. McGavin loops the ball over towards Jarvis, heads it across the face of goal, and no one's there at the back post.
See, it's good that McGavin's taking the free kick there, but look at the height of McGavin at that stage.
Yeah.
Could it have been Jed Ward take the free kick and plop it in, and you've got McGavin's height in there? It's perhaps sometimes you need to just sort of take a little moment and say, look, okay, let's get some big guys in there. Jed Ward's a good, technically good keeper in terms of dead ball kicking. He can find the spot, but let's say they've just it looks like they're just going to come up short here, Josh.
Jarvis heads the ball down and no one at the front post available. Referee's going to give a free kick to Yeovil Town on a push there on Ryan Jones, and this will, Mick, you were just saying it, this is going to be Jed Ward taking the free kick. McGavin's going to get forward. Well, everyone's going to get forward. 5 seconds to go of the additional 5 here. Woking 1, Yeovil 0. Jed Ward, this is real last chance saloon towards the back post. It's going to go out for a corner. Will the referee allow it to go? He will. It's going to be a corner here for Yeovil Town.
He's up now. Jed Ward's coming up now.
This is the last chance for Yeovil Town to salvage a point and continue that journey towards mathematical safety here in the National League. Woking 1, Yeovil 0 is the score. A goal can get a point. McGavin needs to take this quickly, otherwise the referee's going to blow the whistle. Both arms of McGavin aloft. Ball in towards the back post. Jake Wendell can't get there, neither can Jed Ward. And it's away by Woking, and the referee blows the whistle for full time. And Yeovil come away with nothing. It's not to say that they haven't tried. Goodness me, in this second half, you'd argue obviously not in terms of the goals, but they were better in this second half than they were in the first. But that's football. They come away with a 1-0 loss.
Well, they've come away with a 1-0 loss. Look, you look at that first half. Let's be totally honest. We called it on commentary. Woking could have been out of sight first half, but when it's a 1-0, and you've got to give credit to the management, you've got to give credit to the players. They've come out here second half, Yeovil. All right, they've come away with no points, but that was a much, much better performance in the second half. That's the positive that's come out of this game for me. They didn't start the game greatly, but the second half was much, much better. And on another day, they could have come away with at least a point there today. For me, should it have been a draw? I believe it should have been. I think they did enough to get a draw there in the second half. But, as we know, this is the game. You've got to give credit to Woking. They managed that second half particularly well. They took the sting out of the game when needed. It was all about how Yeovil sort of tried to keep the game going, keep the game flowing. But they've come up short there, Josh, and slightly disappointing.
Yeah, I saw Billy Rowley go over and hug Brett McGavin, who is obviously disappointed with the result and potentially the delivery on that final corner. I saw Jake Wannell just fall to his heel, kind of his haunches, and run his hands through his hair. He's disappointed, frustrated more than anything, which is the main word that Billy Rowley used on Saturday. The fact that he was frustrated with the team's performance and the result. The Yeovil players over on that far side away to our right, going to show their support to the fans that have travelled here, and all the fans, as you can see, are clapping and making their support and appreciation known, travelling this way towards Woking, but still backing the team and showing their fight.
And rightly so. As I said, the players have give the fans something. That second half, they could see that. They could see there was some, intensity, there was enthusiasm. They tried to get back on level terms. They tried to get something out of that game. Yes, it's disappointing to go back, on a 1-0 defeat, but as a manager, you look at that performance and you say there's things that, of course, could be better. There's no doubt about it. I thought they got in too easily down the flanks on that first half. You've got to say, really, Woking didn't really create anything second half, because that's the way Yeovil come out. They played their shape, but it was a much, much better second half performance, and on another day they could have come away with not a victory, but come away with at least a point.
I believe it's still playing between Bristol Rovers and Shrewsbury, so we will hand you back to the team at the Memorial Stadium. But full time here. We will have, of course, have post-match reaction to come from the manager, Billy Rowley, and a player between now and 10:30. But full time here at the Kingfield Stadium. It finishes Woking 1, Yeovil Town 0.
Out of the box, but it is out for a throw-in, taken quickly. Benning with a chance to try and swing it in. Young should claim this one and does, under no real pressure, as a player arrives late, but it was after the ball was already in his gloves, and with 30 seconds of added time, that should be enough.
Just what you want to see from your goalkeeper, then just comes out, plucks it out, and just alleviates that little bit of pressure that Shrewsbury were just starting to put on Rovers.
Brad Jones just literally led that one bounce through to Matt Cox. So if you're going to do that, put it in the corner. Get it out for a throw-in. Don't give it straight to the opposition keeper, as Cox launched it downfield. But Kilgore, good strong header away from him, and it's controlled by Thompson Summers on the halfway line. He volleys that one forward, and not the greatest of defensive headers. And there is the final whistle. The 10 minutes was more than enough. And to a man, woman and child, the home fans are up on their feet. The revival continues as a yellow card is shown to McDermott after the final whistle for something he said to the referee. It has got a little bit bad-tempered. It's not been a classic. I don't think either of us are going to remember this for too long, maybe not even to tomorrow, Mance, but it doesn't really matter. They got an all-important win, and now they're only a point behind Shrewsbury and very much, hopefully, looking up into mid-table rather than worrying them what's behind.
Yeah, good win for Rovers. Like I said, it's not been a pretty spectacle by any stretch of the imagination, but they did what they had to do. They won the game of football. It's another 3 points on the board. Takes it to the target where, hopefully, obviously I'll have to look at results there and then look at the table. Hopefully that takes us a couple more points away from that drop zone now, and everyone can start to relax a little bit more. But as a spectacle, as soon as I get in the car, I'm going to erase that from the memory bank.
And let's look at it. We went through some of the players who I think had good games, but defensively, this is a team that earlier in the season actually would play well for long periods of time and then give away a really sloppy, stupid goal, and they did it consistently over a number of weeks, if not months. They look a much better drilled unit. They look like the kind of team that are going to be difficult to score against now.
Yeah, without a shadow of doubt. They look big, they look strong there. I think that you can see that in the way they're set up. I think when Darryl Clark played his three, it was a lot more in terms of playing a little bit more expansive. What you've got there is you've got three lads in there in Bulmer, Harbottle, Kilgore, Lockyer if he does have to come in and play in that position as well, who were no-nonsense defenders, and they're perfect for the level. You need to build a League Two team that's capable of doing things like that, heading balls in your own box, clearing your lines. You're not paid to be, a Premier League defender driving out and passing, making fantastic passes. You're paid to put your head in the way of the football, create block chances and keep clean sheets. And this is why Rovers' upturn in form has happened, because that three have formed a really good partnership.
Well, it certainly worked for them tonight. They've got the clean sheet, and Tommy Lee's goal means that they also have all 3 points. The fans enjoying themselves, the players wandering around the pitch to say thank you and their appreciation for a good home win, if not one that will live long in the memory. The final score at the Memorial Stadium then, Bristol Rovers 1, Shrewsbury Town 0.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Lee. I'll have a chat with Lee in the next few minutes. We're on air till 10:30 with post-match reaction. 08000 855 949 is our phone number. 81333 on text. Start your message with the word Bristol or Somerset on social media. You can contact us via @BBC Bristol Sport. Rovers 1, Shrewsbury 0, Woking 1, Yeovil 0 results on the midweek match. Latest in the Champions League, Arsenal 2, Leverkusen 0. So Arsenal lead 3-1 on aggregate. Chelsea 0, PSG 3. And PSG lead 8-2 on aggregate. And the 10 men of Manchester City 1, Real Madrid 1. Madrid are winning 4-1 on aggregate. Almost over in the Championship. Watford against Wrexham. Charlie Slater.
Almost at full time. It's Watford 3, Wrexham 1. We're deep in stoppage time. Eduardo Bove just put the icing on the cake. Watford will win this. It will mean that Wrexham are just